Actually, before the fire, we had discussed about trying to create some type of event in spring, or when it wasn't duck season, to promote call making and call collecting. I was still am a big music fan. They had a music festival called Callapalooza, so I thought, man, if we could do something like that with Callapalooza, where we invited different call makers, and they all came here, and we kind of celebrated the art of call making, and spent a week and did different activities, but we embraced the art in the big picture. Call makers, you're selling this on that, so but we're bigger than that. The art form is bigger than that, and so we tried to find like-minded individuals that thought the same way and said, hey, let's do a festival for this, focus on call making and try to educate not only the public that's not call makers, but people that were interested in call making or call collecting.
Yeah, it's a great weekend. This is my 4th year here, and really enjoy the good times and fellowship I had with call makers and collectors from all over the nation.
I've been making calls for a little over a year. It's awesome to come out to RMT to see guys doing it just as long as I have, the guys that have been doing it for 30, 40 plus years. It's really cool, new and old.
So you got 2 days there where call makers are talking and sharing ideas and how to do stuff, but you also have the public that comes in and they're like, man, we didn't even know there was this many people that made calls, or we have a vintage display that we have call collectors that buy and trade, but they also have stuff on display so that public and anybody else that's interested in that can see it. We have vintage call contests where collectors can submit calls for different categories and get awards. And then honestly, our biggest draw for the whole weekend is the call makers build off. To me, that kind of exemplifies what the whole festival is about. Is about celebrating that art of call making, and you got call makers working together. I mean, to me, that's what it's all about. We had lots of people from all over. We should actually do a count of how many people come from different states, because it really is amazing at how many people come just for this. And the community that came last year was so impressed, and you see them, same thing. They didn't know there were these old calls, like this many people made calls back in the day, or they didn't know people could make calls this elaborate, so I think we're getting the message out there. I'll never be satisfied with it, but I think that as long as we keep that attitude and continue to grow it, it can be something not only important to this area, but I mean the whole call making community across the country.